Hi everybody, my name is JThunderReviews and today I'm going to be reviewing the Intuos Art. Now, I need to first and foremost say that, again, I'm not a professional. I do this literally as a hobby just for fun and, well, you know, commissions, all that sort of stuff. It's something I like to do, but I'm not a pro at it. I'm not like that. But I have used quite a few of Wacom products over the years, including I've had a Cintiq 21UX, I've had an Intuos 4 medium, I've had at least 3 different bamboos. No, scratch that. 4 different bamboos. In fact, my first tablet was a Bamboo CTH 670, if I remember correctly. Little white thing about yay, get it on the screen, about yay big. It was white. It had a little plastic protective cover that I never ever used. Didn't come with any replacement nibs, but I don't think I ever remember changing any of the nibs, and I used it for years. So, and it had, look, it was a wired cable, just went straight into my computer, and I had that one for years and years and years and years and years. So I've used many of Wacom's products. I like their products. What I dislike is their drivers, but that's for another day altogether. For now, I'm going to concentrate on this lovely thing. As you can see, I have really used the crap out of this thing. I like it. Now, my previous tablet was a Wacom Intuos 4 medium, and a long time ago, when my dog was really young and really small, she chewed the pen, and I thought, crap. You know, and that's when I moved on to another bamboo, and I used that for a while, and then I had a Cintiq, and then I sold the Cintiq, and anyway, so I've gone in and out of all these different kinds, but my last one was my Intuos, and I needed something fast and cheap so I could keep drawing. I still have commissions that I need to be doing, and I still have things that I need to be doing, but I thought I'd touch base on my opinion on this thing here. And first of all, what I really want to say, my first thing I want to say about this is the ease of use in setting this sucker up. Like I said, I've had many. I've had the Cintiq. I had to tweak my video settings. I had to tweak. I had to get different adapters and plug those in, and it was a real power hog. But when it got warm, holy crap! I mean, I wouldn't even need my heat on in the room I'm in right now because it would be so warm. You know, just I heat myself. Anyways, the ease of use for this thing is incredible. Just pop in the CD, update the drivers, maybe restart your computer. Boom, you're done. That's it. Right now, I have this thing unplugged, and all I have to do to turn it on again, if I can find the right port, it's right here. Just plug it in. Now, I've already got all the drivers and everything else set up. As you can see here, it's at the top here. It's being frustrating. It can be for a little while, because they have this little weird, I'm sure you can see this. See this right here? I'm going to maneuver it in front of the camera, but see there, right there, you can see there's kind of this hole, and deeper inside is the micro USB. That's probably one of the downsides to this thing, because, I mean, why not just make it flush with the rest? I don't know. So you can use you kind of have to use their proprietary cables, and that's, okay. So it's plugged in, and if you can see the little white dot? It works, period. Now, when I used to unplug my Intuos, my Cintiq, anything else, I'd have to reinstall all the drivers, restart my computer several times, and then it would work. Oh, and maybe restart the service for it. Nope. You can't see, but it's running left and right on my screen. Nope, no problem. It just runs, and that's what I love about this. I upgraded my computer recently, and I don't have as many USB ports as I'd really like. So my USB space is kind of limited. I've been looking into getting ports or additional PCI cards and just maximizing out how many USB slots I have. But sometimes I have to unplug one thing. One of my external drives is plugged into the top over here, and I don't want to unplug that. That's where all my movies and music and stuff is. So, from time to time I have to unplug my Wacom, and it's so nice to be able to just plug it right back in, and it just give it a minute to give it like 10 seconds. Boom, you're ready. That's it. I don't have to reinstall drivers. I don't have to restart my computer. I don't have to scour the internet looking for the answers that I need just to get the goddamn thing to run again. No, this thing is super easy, and that is possibly one of the best things I love about this. I have had zero problems with this thing, no driver issues, no nothing. Now, to be frank, though, this thing is pretty new. It just came out within last 6 to 8 months, last year, I think, for Wacom, and so there are no drivers for it. So I'm sure I'll experience that headache later. Maybe. I don't know. I hope not. I hope they just keep doing what they're doing with this, because it's awesome. Second thing I like about this is actually the artwork on it. I've had Intuos stuff before, and I didn't really see any artwork. It's just kind of like a big image of the Intuos and then the Wacom, and that was it. This, I kind of like this. It really kind of personalizes it. I mean, yeah, maybe this is, you know, on every other box or whatever, but I actually have this sitting up right here all the time because I like looking at it. I think it's just a very pretty box. Anyways, so the setup, the ease of use, very neat. There's a super neat storage compartment right in the back too. So I'm gonna unplug this again here. Okay, so you got the back, and I was looking at it and I was like, now sometimes these come with extra nibs, and I was looking at it going, I checked the box and where is no? It just press lightly and scooch up like you're taking off the back of a phone, and ta-da! So right here are the 3 replacement nibs. I don't have any nibs in there now because the one thing I did keep from my Intuos 4 was the pen stand. It's a little small or big or whatever for that, but I keep all my nibs in the pen stand. Might as well use it for something, right? I don't want to throw it out. The pen and the tablet's broken, but the stand isn't, so it'd be really hard to break a stand. But anyways, so I really like this thing because it has these. I get the feeling this is designed for people who are supposed to be mobile, and I'm not really mobile. I don't run around with my Intuos. I don't have a laptop. I used to, but I don't anymore. But this is really handy. You can just store 3 little nibs. You can have your main, and then your paintbrush type, and then your airbrush type, or whatever. It's got a little circular thing here that you can use to take the nib off. So if you don't have one of these, or you didn't used to have an Intuos or anything like that, you can just pop it right off. That's cool. Also, there's a battery pack, so if I want to make this thing wireless, I can. I love that, because I think it used to be that you'd have to get some additional attachments. It used to be, you know, if you wanted a wireless one, you have to go buy a wireless one, so that's pretty cool. The other thing I like is, and I'll talk about a little bit more on this, but there's a physical switch right here, just for, you turn it left, that's now, I can now use the touch options. If I use swipe right, the touch options are off. So that's cool. I like that because it the previous generations, you would have to go into the software and say, no, I don't want touch, but every once in a while, as your tablet of course got older, it would kind of just switch on for no reason. So that was just annoying to me, plus I had to dig it was a little bit of digging, not a lot of digging, but you kind of had to dig through the software to find the right setting to turn off the touch, at least for me. I don't know about anybody else. But you got like dongle storage. You have storage for the wireless module, all sorts of really cool stuff. It has even a security lock feature, which I think is... let's see, the cable for this thing is pretty long. It's another thing I like. The option to upgrade wireless. I have a little checklist here that I'm going over. Let's see, security lock, and also the fact that I work on some large scale pieces. For instance, the one I'm working on now is 24 inches by 18 inches. I have a 3-monitor setup for this, and it's helping. It's eating up a lot of RAM, but it's helping. So the area is tiny. It's very small, but it doesn't feel small. Probably because I have it set up so that it only goes to this one screen. It's mapped to just this one monitor. Now that's available on other ones, but it for some reason just does not feel as small. I guess I don't know how to properly word that. There's a huge list of reasons that I do like this thing. There's only a couple minor things that, again, may just be me being me, because of how I am and, you know, how I've been doing stuff for the longest thing. It may not be a con to anyone else, but to me this is just kind of little annoying things. The first big one actually is price. Now this is the touch version. This is the only version Best Buy had. I needed, you know, something, you know, immediately, but I didn't want to spend, you know, $400 or more on a graphics tablet. This is the only one they had. This is exactly the same as the non-touch version, and it's $40 more. I'm, you know, $20, $30 maybe, I don't know, it seemed awfully expensive for something I'm not ever going to use. You know, if you can use touch, if you can master the touch on here, go for it, you know, Godspeed, man. I don't do the touch stuff, it's just weird to me, so I just don't use it. The 3 nibs I mentioned earlier just don't feel like a lot. Now, I got this one about a month and a half ago, roughly. This is the pen I am using. I don't know if you can tell. There's not much of a nib left. Now, there are ways to edit the pressure sensitivity. I like having to be able to push down fairly hard, but these nibs do not last as long as older ones used to. Remember that white bamboo I mentioned, the CTH 670 that I had, that first tablet I had? I believe I never changed the nib, ever. I used that thing for a long-ass time. I really did. And I don't ever remember having to replace the nib, and I cannot even tell you how many nibs I've replaced just on my Intuos alone. So, 3 nibs just doesn't seem like a lot. Again, it's $100, but I mean, I have seen people mod these things to where if you get the right thickness, you can replace this with weed whacker wire. I'm not joking. Go online right now. I mean, and the price for nibs, for replacement nibs, holy shit. It is wireless, it is, and it doesn't even matter what's in there. And they are up, they can be as much as $70. So, you know, say, you know, get some, you know, trimmers or, you know, cutters or whatever, or scissors, whatever. Go down to your Home Depot, see if you can measure the diameter of this, of the regular nibs. Get like a big thing of wire for like $10-15. You're pretty much set for life, you know, as long as they never really need proprietary nibs. I mean, $70 just seems a little much. Now, the other, moving on here, so I don't get stuck on a tangent here, but let's see, the pen storage. Now, I think it's lame. I think it's lame as hell. This, okay, so you probably noticed this little tab thing on here. Something that you might see on other things, like, I don't know, your shoes or whatever. I've never used this, so but I've been told that you just okay, there you go. You slide your pen in like that. I'm sorry. I don't know, for some reason to me it seems cheap. It's like oh, look at this new pen holder that we made, and like it's like, you mean like all the other stuff you'd like find on your old binders or shoes or bags? Yeah, that's what that is. Congratulations. I don't know. So it feels kind of just like, I don't think they really needed it, but that's just me. And lastly, but not leastly, the express keys. Now, like I said before, I've had rocker rings on Intuos, I've had the bamboos, and I've had Cintiqs. For me, the only time express keys were useful for me was the Cintiq, because the Cintiq would be right here and would take up the entire counter, and I might have maybe another monitor or another 2 or even another 3 monitors hooked up to this thing, but it would be very hard for me to reach my keys, my keyboard. So express keys on anything but a Cintiq just kind of feel useless to me. I've never found a use for them. Right in front of me, I have a Logitech G15 keyboard. It's mostly used for gaming, but you have the option to add an additional profile. So, one profile for Bioshock, one profile for Photonica, one profile for Limbo, whatever. You can make as much as you want. I have one on there for Manga Studio, so if I hit, I didn't read the labeling, G13, I have set that to P, so P will cycle through my pens. Then I have my blur tool. Then I have a save up button, and the top ones up here I use to control the size of the brush, and it's right here. You know, instead of, it just feels weird, kind of me sitting here, you know, just drawing on it while it's all the way down here, right? And I'm using the keys down here, and it feels weird. to me. I have more options up here. I can easily access my keyboard. So this sort of thing just kind of feels weird. It feels awkward. I don't really know what to do with my hands. Plus, I really would have liked if they got rid of the express keys entirely and added additional space at the top. Like, if they added about another inch, they could totally get rid of the express keys, and, you know, you would have more space to be able to draw on, and not have these really kind of awkward buttons at the top. So, those are my pros and cons. As you can tell, there's more pros than there are cons, which is bueno, very bueno. My final conclusion for this is if you really need a replacement or backup, this is great. This is wonderful. I would recommend getting the non-touch. But that's my conclusion. Is it's a really great tablet, and you can get it for about $100 at a Best Buy, $60 if you get the non-touch versions. And that's my review. Thanks again for watching. There will be a speed paint up within the next couple of weeks, and I will see you guys in the next video. Ta-ta! Oh, hello there. Come on. Alright. See? This is the dog. This is the dog. Say hi, dog. Say hi, dog. Say hi. It's the dog that chewed the pen. So, 3 years ago. She looks tiny. She is tiny. She's a Dachshund Lab mix. And I just wanted to show everybody my dog. Or my wife's dog. Okay.